Good morning, fourth grade. I realize that I say good morning in every video, but you may be watching in the afternoon, so I need to come up with a more general greeting. To start off today's video, I thought I would make it a little fun by showing you a project that I made in fourth grade about California. Now, don't be alarmed. You're not going to have to do a report this big, but this was my report from when I was in fourth grade. You can see the many pages it's in. It also looks thicker because they're in plastic sleeves. But I had some sections actually about the gold rush. So I'm going to use my summary to show you an example of a draft for today's lesson as you get ready to pump up your writing today. So I'll share that later, but I thought it'd be fun. I have this section in here titled Places I've Been, and there is some, since we were talking about James Marshall and Sutter's Fort in earlier lessons this week, I thought I could show you guys some pictures from when I went to go visit that place. So I have like some cool, like you can see that kind of, this is like a map of what Sutter's Fort looked like. If you're interested in looking at more detail, you could search that. But I want to get to the good stuff, where some embarrassing photos of me as a fourth grader. So here we go. This first picture is, my caption says, "Our visit to Marshall Gold Discovery Park on March 18th, 2000. This is a replica of Sutter's Mill. So it's a replica, meaning it's not the original one. So that is me as a fourth grade student. And then this down here, this is a picture, that's my little sister. And then my friend Stacy actually got to come with us on this trip. So this says, "The original site of Sutter's Sawmill, located on the South Fork American River in Coloma." So I'll try to zoom up there so you can see. I had some pretty nerdy looking braces and overalls and glasses. So good times. And then on the back, this is me with things I'd need to be a 49er. Here we go. Looking real good and happy to be there. That was like one of my favorite outfits. That's when my favorite color was still pink. Now I hate pink. And then here is a really cool photo of James Marshall's cabin, which was the person who discovered gold. So there we are. That was literally 20 years ago. So, okay. So I thought that was a fun little, oh, I should show this one too. This was actually, I remember doing this. We got to go to a museum in the area, and we got to like pan for our own gold. And so there's a photo of me panning for gold. But then this was my favorite. It was this really, really cool statue that you could like climb up and fit in. And so there I am holding the gold that I had just panned. So hope you enjoyed that little intro before we get into our lesson today. Back in the day, before we had all of the modern pipes that we have, people had to use wells in order to get water. So what they had to do before they could actually pump the water, they had to prime the pump. So they had to, imagine I'm holding this imaginary pump, and you had to like pump it. And that was called priming the pump. Pumping, pumping, pumping before the water would actually come out. So the teaching that you guys did yesterday was sort of like priming your pump for your writing today. So writers use their teaching to strengthen their drafting. So hopefully after getting a chance to using your notes and teach your family or a sibling or someone else about your topic, that got you more ready for the drafting you're going to continue doing today. Now that you've had lots of time to plan, take notes, try a little bit of teaching, hopefully that's really helped you to feel excited about your writing as you start to continue to draft today. So all those things I just mentioned, planning, taking notes, and teaching, all of that was really helping us prime the pump as we get ready to draft. But I also want to realize and be mindful that this might be a little overwhelming. It's not the same writer's workshop that you're used to seeing at school. It may be a little discouraging, or it may be difficult to get started in your independent work when you're not in a classroom surrounded by 25 other kids who are doing the same thing you are. I hear you. So I want to try to use today to really encourage you guys to work on one part at a time so that you can work to write the whole time. So I'm going to kind of walk through this little poster that I made that will hopefully kind of break down the work for you and help it to not seem so overwhelming. So I know that I can't fit my entire poster in this, but I'm going to walk us through this. So to many people I know, the thought of writing a book is so overwhelming that they seem to get stuck getting started. So my advice to you today is to stop thinking of the whole book and instead just really think of a chapter and then outline that chapter and then just write that one part, then the next, then the next. Because if you think about the whole book, you're sometimes crushed just under that weight of the task ahead. So if you set some things, set your sights on some things that are doable, that's going to make it a lot easier. So if you notice on this chart, it says plan that part. So work on that one part and plan out that part. You guys have already been doing this in your note-taking homework assignments throughout this week. And then try to write it. So that's the work we're going to do today. So I've pulled my notes that I took earlier this week. So it got ripped a little bit at the top, but this is my chapter that's going to be about people of the gold rush. And then these are my notes of 2 subtopics within that chapter. So I'm going to have a section that's about James Marshall. And then my second section is about women in the gold rush. And then I'm still going to do another section on the Chinese immigrants. So rather than thinking about, oh man, what are all the people I need to cover? I'm just going to plan that part. I've already planned it out, and you should have been able to do that already as well. So now today, I'm going to go ahead and try to write it. And looking at these notes, so I don't get overwhelmed and to do this in doable chunks, I'm not going to even worry about this whole page. I'm just going to focus on James Marshall. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do right now. So I'm going to kind of show you, I'm not going to do the whole thing because I want you guys to be able to do this work on your own, but I'm going to show you how I use these James Marshall notes to help me start my first draft, okay? So I know there's not a lot of room on here, but I'm going to do the best I can, okay? So at the top, I'm just going to write, I'm going to write today's date. It's the 24th when I film this, but I know this is, I believe, for Wednesday's lesson for you guys. So whatever the date is that today. And I'm just going to write people of the gold rush because I really want to make sure that I keep all of my notes organized. I've just been using random paper I find around the house. So I just want to make sure I label everything so I know like what I've been working on. So the date just kind of helps me like, okay, I worked on this after I worked on my other page. And all right, so I know that this is my People of the Gold Rush chapter. So going back to my note, I've already planned that one part, and I'm going to try to write it. So I'm just going to focus on James Marshall. Okay, so I'm focusing on this one part, so that way it seems easier to do. Okay, so there's my subtopic. So I'm going to have my notes up here. So looking back at my notes, okay. So remember, these are just notes. I need to be able to turn these into real sentences. So I'm going to model that for you now. So I might do something like James Marshall was an American carpenter and sawmill operator. Okay, and I remember, this isn't in my notes. Oh, right here, I talked about like after the war, like this is how he came. So he worked for John Sutter at Sutter's Mill. And I know, even though it's not in my notes, I know that Sutter's Mill is in somewhere in Northern California. I don't remember the exact name of the city, which I think is important to include. So I'm going to say at Sutter's Mill, which was in, and I'm not sure the name of the city. So remember, this is just my first draft. It's not my final product. So if I'm unsure, I'm not going to stop right now because I'm ready to go for this one part. I can look this up later. So I'm just going to do a blank here, which was in blah, 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 Northern California. Okay, because I do know that much part. I do know that. Okay. So then my next notes are about him coming after the Mexican-American War. Okay, so I'm going to say something like, James came to work for John Sutter after the Mexican-American War. During the war, just looking back at my notes, so my notes say, after the war, all of his cattle were gone and stolen. This was how he made a living. Okay, so I'm going to change that to after the war, James came back to his home to discover that all of his cattle were stolen or had run away. So I wrote that sentence pulling from that note that I did here. And then I said this was how he made a living. So I could add, I know that like this, because of this cause, because of this effect, it caused him to then go work for John Sutter. So after it says, after the war, James came back to his home to discover that all of his cattle were stolen or had run away. So since this was how he made a living, he went to work for John Sutter. Okay. So I kind of try to write it. It wasn't completely, you'll notice mine wasn't in chronological order. I kind of talked about how because this is what he was really known for, was working on this sawmill operator, because this is where he discovered gold. So I kind of started with that information because I felt that was the most important. But then I kind of gave some background of how he came to work for John Sutter. And then later on, I talked about I want to include a journal entry to research. So that's going to be on my to-do list for today. And then I would want to talk about at the end, after I've given some background information of how we got to Sutter's Mill, I would go into how he discovered gold. So you notice, hopefully, that just like breaking it down, I don't want to do everything because I want you guys to do this work on your own. But then once I've written as much as I can about this, you can see I was already able to write about half a page just from those, 1, 2, 3 bullet points that I had. So then later on, I could write on women in the gold rush and start doing my notes from there. So going back to my thing, I try to write about it, so then I could think about the next part. So if I was going to do that, I might add some little bit more down here, and then when I'm ready, I would do women in the gold rush. And I might work on that right now if I'm feeling really motivated, but if I'm having a hard time or I need some more notes, then I might come back. But just really focus on working on one part of a time rather than thinking about the whole thing. And then plan that part, write it out, think about the next part, and write that part out. So just to clarify, the work you're going to be doing today and tomorrow is really just trying to start creating more drafts for the other sections of your book. So remember not to get overwhelmed with the entire story, but just really work on one part at a time. We're all trying to do our best during these times, so don't stress out. If you can only get done one draft today for one section of your book, then go ahead and do that. Tomorrow you're going to have some more time to finish as much drafts as you can, and I'm going to kind of take a pulse of how people are doing and see if we need a little bit more time to draft next week before we focus on elaboration strategies and trying to really refine the details that we're adding. And I think that's it. So go ahead and get started. Bye, guys.